Hello everyone, hope you all are safe at home. Today we are going to learn the chapter 13, Disaster Management. So let's begin. What is disaster? A disaster is a destructive event that occurs suddenly and involves loss of life and property. Experts in disaster management have divided disasters into two parts: natural disasters and man-made disasters. Natural disasters are earthquake, volcano, drought, forest fire, flood, tsunami, hurricane, whereas man-made disasters are fire, industrial accident, bomb blast, raids. Here we will learn about natural disasters like earthquake, cyclone, tsunami, flood, and drought. So now, what is an earthquake? Due to the tectonic movement in the interior of the earth, the weak part on the surface of the earth suddenly vibrates powerfully. This is called earthquake. So when this disaster takes place, we have to bear an heavy loss of life and property. What precautions should be taken during the earthquake? Precautions to be taken at the time of earthquake. What to do? Sit under the bench in the classroom. Stay away from electric poles and wires. Know about the authentic news through radio and television. Now, what not to do during the earthquake? Not to shout and panic. Not to use elevator to get down from tall buildings. Not to switch on devices like gas or electricity in the house without surety. Now, our next disaster is cyclone. What is a cyclone? The enormous destructive atmospheric pressure created in the atmosphere is called cyclone. Where the cyclone strikes, it creates heavy destruction and havoc. Heavy destruction effects are experienced in east coast of India, Malabar coast, and in the coast of Kutch and Saurashtra in Gujarat. Advanced information regarding a cyclone can be obtained through the satellite. On that basis, necessary steps can be taken for the rescue of the people of a specific area. Precautions to be taken during the cyclone. Before cyclone, accurately know the details of the cyclone-prone areas. Migrate according to the instructions of the department. If you are in a low-lying area near the sea, go to the high-lying areas. Keep food, torch, drinking water, clothes, radio, necessary medicine ready. Turn off the electricity and gas connection. Listen to the radios for the accurate information. During cyclone, close the doors and windows on getting the warning. If you are in the school, don't go out of the classroom. If you are in the vehicle, park it away from electric pole, tree, and away from sea and remain inside the vehicle. Follow strictly the instructions of the management of the rescue centers. Relieve animals from hooks. If they are released, they can save themselves. Do not take shelter under hoardings or trees. After cyclone, don't go out even though weather seems clear and the winds are off. Sudden winds and rain may occur. Stay away from hanging and open wires. Don't be the obstacle in the relief and rescue work by gathering with curiosity. Return home only after getting instruction from the department. Be helpful in relief and rescue work. Do not make phone calls except call for help. Due to unnecessary calling, the network will disrupt and rescue work also get disturbed. Next disaster is tsunami. What is a tsunami? Due to a volcanic eruption or an earthquake on the bottom of the sea, or due to a big large scale landslide, large and powerful waves of unusual length are created on the surface of the ocean, and that is called tsunami. However, now with the help of the modern satellite-based equipment, an accurate estimate of the tsunami can be made so that the people from the affected area can be shifted timely and casualties can be prevented. At the same time, it is a fact that all the countries do not have such a technology or equipment. The catastrophic tsunami that took place on 26th of December 2004 claimed the lives of about 2 lakh people from Indonesia, Thailand, India, Sri Lanka, etc. on the coastal territories of the Indian Ocean. Precautions to be taken during tsunami. Before tsunami, move away from the seashore. Act according to the instructions given on radio, television, or social media. If the wave of the sea rises abnormally, strange sounds are heard. These are pre-warning signs, so immediately move away from the shore. Keep valuable items, food, drinking water, medicine, torch, etc. ready. During tsunami, don't leave high-lying places. Don't try to watch the tsunami. Strictly follow the instructions given by the department. Even high-rise buildings on the shore are not safe shelters, so avoid going there. After tsunami, act according to the correct details that come on radio, television, or social media. Move to vacated areas after getting instruction from the department. Sometimes higher waves may come afterwards. If you are not sure about the safety of your house, don't enter. Report about the breakdown of water, gas, or electricity connection to the department. Next disaster that we are going to talk about, that is flood. What is flood? Due to continuous rain or deluge, large waterlogged area is known as flood. Generally, we associate it with this event with the river. Man-made constructions are made by neglecting natural slope. Obstruction of the natural drainage is also responsible for floods. In large cities, due to heavy rain, sometimes the waterlogging like situation takes the form of flood. Precautions to be taken during flood. Before flood, be aware of flood-prone areas at the local level. Keep information of high areas and migrate there during the flood. Act according to the warning given by the flood department. During flood, turn off the connections of gas and electricity of the house. When your vehicle gets stuck in the flood, immediately move out of it and form a group of 7 to 8 people. Hold one another's hand and try to move out of the flow. Relieve animals from hooks. If they are released, they can save themselves. After flood, don't eat food that is made from flood water. Use boiled water. Don't go out without knowing that the roads are open. Be aware of infestation of snakes and scorpions. Now, our next disaster is drought. Drought, when the acute shortage of water is felt due to the no rain or very little rainfall during the rainy season, it is called drought. This catastrophic is linked with water and food, which are very essential for the survival of the entire ecosystem. Earlier, heavy casualties used to occur because of the starvation in drought, but in modern time, with the proper management, casualties can be prevented. Steps to be taken in the time of drought. Before the drought, plan accordingly to the available quantity of water, promote drip irrigation. Introduce rationing system for the grains. Prohibit banquet to prevent wastage of grains. During the drought, to arrange the distribution of the food grains at a subsidized rate. Stop the construction work except urgency. Take preventive measures against hoarding of grains and fodders. After the drought, give priority to future plans of water harvesting work. Plan for buffer stock of the grains to connect the river to stop the water flowing into oceans. Now let's discuss about the effects of disaster. In natural disaster like an earthquake, flood, tsunami, cyclone, etc., the immovable as well movable properties are heavily damaged or lost. Heavy damages is caused to roads, buildings, bridges, buildings of public utility, etc. in the disaster affected areas. It takes many years to rebuild them, and the expenses for its reconstruction are to be recalculated. The family members feel great shock, deep sadden and depression losing their kin in the disaster. They lose the mental composure. The economic condition of those families who have lost their earning members, breadwinners, turn into economic crisis. Innocent children and people die untimely. Many people become disabled forever, and the problem of their rehabilitation becomes very acute. Routine life is disturbed, so common people have to suffer many difficulties and accommodation. If we take precaution or remain alert, such incidents can be prevented. Often, in times of disaster, instead of being helpful in relief and rescue work, people create obstacles or block the work by stopping their vehicles and start taking videos with their mobile phones. Due to this, it creates risks for lives of the affected. In such times, we must be helpful to the system in the relief and rescue work.